Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to Series 2. I was about to say Series 3. Series 2 of Tales from the Crypt. And I really need a haircut. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, but I don't know, it's just very fluffy right now. And it doesn't look good on camera. Most of you won't care. But I do. But yeah, hopefully going to get my haircut tomorrow. Last episode of Tales from the Crypt that we watched was Mute Witness to Murder. And that involved a woman who saw her neighbour killing someone, his wife, and she became mute out of shock because she couldn't speak. She was in that much kind of shock and fear. And then the husband went to get a doctor to help her, the doctor that lived nearby, that was the neighbour, and he ended up kind of realising that she'd seen him, keeping her trapped in the insane asylum, killing the husband, and luckily the story ended with the doctor dying because good God, he was a horrible person. I mean, yeah, he started off by killing his wife, which was pretty bad, I'd say, on the scale of what's good and what's bad in life. Killing your wife is pretty up there. But then there's extreme lengths that he went to cover it up by making someone insane, keeping them sedated, keeping them locked up, killing her husband, just all this stuff. He was bad. Luckily, he got killed, and the wife looked like she was maybe going a little bit insane because of what she'd been through, but kind of understandably. This episode is actually episode 16 of the season. We've only got 3 left, so not long before the end of series 2. And then what I'm going to do at the very end is do a ranking of every episode from my least favourite to my favourite. I think I'm going to struggle with a lot of the middle bunch. There's a couple for me that are pretty obviously near the bottom. There's a few that are very much near the top. And the middle few, I'm going to really struggle because I've enjoyed most of the season, but let's see how the last 3 episodes go. This episode is called Television Terror. Maybe because I played Little Nightmares 2 recently, I'm thinking maybe there's going to be something that controls people through a television set. Maybe something crawls out, a la The Ring. Television Terror. Maybe someone gets sucked into a TV show. With the wide scope of this sort of TV show, if there's anything they could do, I could never guess what a lot of the ones are going to be about. I was good at guessing Mute Witness to Murder, but things like Corman's Calamity I never could have guessed. So I get really excited when I start each new episode of the show, just to see what exciting things happen this time. If you enjoy the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you're thinking of the episode, and if you're enjoying this series of reactions. And consider subscribing for the rest of Season 2 of Tales from the Crypt. Okay, let's jump into Series 2, Episode 16, Television Terror. Starting off with static.
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
I just love home videos, don't you?
Your mum's dead in a cave somewhere, love.
Especially when the home is haunted. Tonight's twisted tale, my dear couch potatoes, is filed under T for television. Or should that be terror? Mr. Horton Rivers is about to find out, so stay tuned to this totally titillating tube.
Looking at that picture, looks like maybe a news reporter. Maybe someone goes to investigate some spooky goings on in a house and bad stuff happens. It would be cool if it was like found footage, but I don't know if the show was like too early for that sort of filming to be commonplace.
Mass murder, dismemberment, suicide. It all happened right here on this quiet street in the heart of Los Angeles. Within
There's a
the walls
report.
of the once stately manor right behind me, Ada Ritter, aging matriarch of the Ritter Home boarding house, routinely murdered her elderly guests for their social security checks.
Naughty, naughty.
The bodies were dismembered and buried in the basement. Years later, the horror continues. Rumors of ghosts, voices in the night.
They're going to go in and investigate, and some bad's going to happen.
Or is this modern-day chamber of horrors truly haunted?
I'm enjoying this already. I think it's going to be really cool.
We'll find out.
It's a good idea.
Because I'm going inside the Ritter house.
Oh, manly.
You'll be with me on this special haunting edition of Horton Rivers Live.
Don't you think it's a little stupid having a police line still up 5 years after the case was closed?
I tried to tell him.
I was thinking that.
Sam, get your tail feathers out here.
His Majesty beckons.
It's a bit grim, isn't it?
That is Roland Wirtschafter, the psychic you requested.
He looks more like a mortician than a psychic. Okay, forget
He's
it.
one of those presenters
Okay, you got a choice next week. You got
that
the
thinks
Satanists,
something
you've got
special.
the impotent transvestites, soldiers of fortune, a neo-Nazi black group, and the culture show for Thursday is breast implants.
Bingo. Danny strippers?
Yes, we got a combo on that one. Do you want the
Ew,
strippers
what?
who were
Not ooh because of strippers, just ooh because of... That's what he's interested in, clearly.
Of Jim Morrison.
Yeah, they said they got a bunch of him having lunch with Marilyn Monroe. You think people are gonna believe that?
Yeah. They'll believe what I tell them to believe. Got a great idea. Listen to me. 1960s rock music. I get the outfit, the Morrison jacket, the tight leather pants, stuff the sock down in front.
Nice touch.
They don't really need it.
So basically he's someone that
And I
fakes
sing
things to
songs
get
like,
ahead.
Hello, hello, I'm living in France.
So I'm wondering if
Gotta-
he's got stuff
gotta
set up in the
get out
house
of these pants. Huh? You're like,
to make it an interesting story.
Just because you're sleeping with me doesn't give you a free ride in this job.
He's gross. She's gross for sleeping with him because he's a dick. But also, she's not tough enough. She just wants things to be legit,
Shot.
I think.
Stand by, Horton.
You extraordinarily putrid waste of human tissue.
Camera 3.
It's a pit of seething evil.
Would you enter it with us?
Okay.
You couldn't pay me to go in there. Nor do I
So why are you
recommend
here?
you go either.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another expert opinion and an
that
opinion
it?
we're going to have to defy.
You brought him in for that?
Bring the story home to you.
That wouldn't fly nowadays, I don't think, because what a
Ready on
waste of money
camera
that would
2.
be.
Stand by 2.
5 years ago, this place was sealed tight. What secrets lay inside? What startling discoveries await us?
Go! God damn it, get inside!
Hopefully something exciting, because this guy is getting on my nerves.
Follow me, if you dare.
But
Hey, you fucking dickhead.
couldn't say it about it myself.
I mean, what you're seeing right now is exactly what homicide detectives saw 5 years ago. It's like stepping into a
They would have
void.
seen
It's like stepping into
bodies
the
as
past.
well, right? Which I
Moving
don't think
on
you
from
will.
the foyer to a
Unless
back
it's
hall
set
of this
up.
old house, past a staircase to a door that I believe leads to the kitchen. Little did they know that those meals would perhaps be their last meals. But look at the
There's something about the way this guy presents that I just wouldn't believe it. Like, it
plates.
just doesn't come across as genuine.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Scared of a
At
little
least
rat,
we
are
know
you?
there are still some inhabitants in this house.
It's his fucking family.
Just rats. Calm down. And what do you expect
Now
in
let's
a
head to the parlor.
an abandoned house? Rats, spiders, cockroaches, mice.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Game room. It was in this room, according to police, that
Flashback.
Ada Ritter played her clever games and entertained her
What does
guests.
that mean?
That police discovered the grisly truth about Ada Ritter.
So it seems to be when he opens the door, he sees a flashback. I don't know if that's just for effect or if that means anything. But we're seeing
Down here,
someone
a
kill
smiling
people.
matron of death.
She's not
chopped
showing
up
who, though.
corpses, all right, and then stacked their body parts neatly behind a wall. What
very
went
Blair-Witch.
through the mind of Ada Ritter? What perverse logic could convince her that her crimes were justified?
Do you ever shut up
Was it
talking?
greed? Was it lust?
10 seconds to commercial.
Perhaps an insatiable appetite for bloodletting. It's a great show. Hey, did the network call yet?
Yeah, Horton, the network called. They want you to pick up the pace.
What?
Hey, the show's dragging. They're afraid it's going to be another Al Capone's vault.
It is dragging. It's very
What
boring
the
to watch
fuck
because he
do they
keeps
want
just
me to do?
Horton.
yapping
I'm the
on.
guy who knows a good story, all right?
Silence.
I'm the guy who went to El Salvador.
Atmospheric shots
I'm
of the
guy who
creepy
went to
dark house.
Afghanistan. They're the guys who sat home on their fat asses and ate quiche while I was over there.
Horton.
Okay.
The ratings are going to be out the goddamn window if you don't do something to spice it up.
Did you hear that? Tripp, something's going
Help
on in this house.
me.
Oh, shit.
What is that?
Oh,
That's called static, babe.
kind of interfering. Christ, we lost picture. Give me a check right away. Let's just roll another commercial till we find the problem.
Can't you fucking people get the fucking bugs out of this equipment?
We'll try, Horton. We'll try.
your
As soon as you get rid of the fucking bug up your
down.
fucking ass.
Tripp!
Well,
Come here!
Horton, what's happening?
old man in a bathtub.
What is it, Horton? What the hell is going on?
There was a man in that bathtub and his throat was slashed.
But this was making a lot more interesting of a TV show
We got picture.
Get out
than
of that
whatever the
commercial right
hell
now.
You're on, Horton. You're on live. Get
they were
out there.
filming
Go.
before. But is it real is the question. Blood? There's a lot going on here. This is all fake. I feel it in my bones.
Horton, get on camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we've been experiencing and what you've been witnessing is the first case of psychic phenomena ever viewed on live television.
Convenient.
Would you patch me in with Dr. Workshafter, please?
Give me camera 2 on Workshafter right now.
A psychic impression and some poltergeist activity. Both rather common in the world of psi phenomena. What is happening is not unusual for a psych or a
not
violent event to take
unusual
place.
to be
Frequently
loved
what
by
happens
anyone.
is that an impression has been recorded.
Are we in any danger?
You were
Hopefully.
in danger the moment you crawled through the threshold.
He's so uncharismatic. I mean, I hope this is real and that this is really cool stuff. 'Cause I like it. It's just all very convenient that I feel like there's going to be some
Booth, somebody
Twist.
is in this house. Somebody is in this house. Please notify the authorities.
The network.
If you were here
They
yourself,
love it. Whatever we're
bodies jumping
doing,
out of
keep on doing
bathtubs,
it. The phones are
throats
ringing off the
slashed.
walls.
Ladies
Good,
and gentlemen, some
good.
disturbing events have been taking place.
Ah! Whoa, okay. That looks real.
Horton, who's got the camera?
Okay. I mean, I'd love to watch this show
Security
live.
team to stand by.
This, oh, maybe it's not real because
Ratings are going through the roof.
maybe it is real. I mean, because they all seem surprised.
Can we pull it now or we keep him in there? It's your call. Help me!
Keep him in there.
Damn, help me!
They're all like, yeah. I think she's the evil. She's the ghost.
Help me!
Or is she just a jilted lover? Okay, maybe that's Ava. Oh, okay. Ada.
Don't leave me in here!
Horton? Horton, can you hear me? We gotta keep you in there. The ratings are too high. Gotta have that killer instinct, right? Hang in there, babe. Really looks real.
The camera's outside the room. Ooh. Ow. The camera's outside the. Whoa. I mean, that'd be a TV show for the ages. I was definitely wrong about most of this. No final twist? Okay.
Oh, that Horton. He's a real swinger. He hangs out at all the right places.
Terrible jokes.
No wonder he's such a hit on live. Or is it dead TV?
Okay, that was my reaction to Series 2, Episode 16, television terror, and it's fair to say that most of my guesses throughout of what was going to happen were completely wrong. So what I assumed was the way he was talking at the beginning, the main guy, Horton, I forgot his name quickly, but Horton Rivers, the way he was talking about how he'd faked some photos or was going to, and basically you got to do what you got to do to get to the top. I thought he was going to go into that house, spooky stuff was going to happen, and it was all going to turn out to be fake or set up by either him or by the television company. But the final twist would be that there was actually a ghost there and something bad happens. That didn't happen. All this stuff that was happening, the creepy paranormal activity, was real from the start. Another guess I had was that because it kept not showing who the killer was, we heard the story about this old woman who was killing these elderly men that came to the house. But when we saw the flashbacks, I thought, okay, this has got to be important. This has got to be linked to someone that we know. It wasn't. I thought during the flashbacks, obviously, we saw the hand of the woman with a knife or pushing someone down the stairs in the basement. Okay, they're hiding the identity of the woman. Maybe it's going to turn out to be someone we know. It wasn't. And I thought because he was sleeping with that woman and she seemed a bit jilted and a bit against him, and that she would turn out to somehow be a ghost maybe of that woman or involved somehow, or a final twist that she knew what was going to happen, so set this whole thing up. That didn't happen either, so I was way off, and I mean way off the mark on every step of this episode. It was actually quite a simple story in hindsight of a reporter, bit of a douche reporter, but a reporter who goes to investigate this house where all these deaths took place and there's rumours of ghost activity, goes in to experience it, the cameraman dies, and he dies because the ghosts are real. That's it. That's all it was. No big twist other than the fact that ghosts were real, no crazy links to the crew, to ulterior motives. It was just a straightforward story, which I wasn't expecting. I think because Tales from the Crypt likes to have a little twist on the end, whether it's like Lower Birth, where it's the origin story of the Crypt Keeper, or like, what was that one called? Three's a Crowd, where he killed the wife, turns out she wasn't sleeping with the guy, she was just pregnant, and he dragged her body into the party. There's like normally like a little sting in the tail, and this one there wasn't, which let me down a little bit because the episode, looking at it from like after watching it, was so straight. It felt unusual for the show to be so basic, I guess. You could argue that the twist was the ghosts were real and Ada ended up killing him with a chainsaw. Like I say, you could argue that was the twist, but it felt like that was obviously going to happen at some point because it's mostly a supernatural TV show. And even the ones that aren't, there's always like this little twist. But whatever. It didn't happen. I was a little disappointed with that. So we were following this Horton guy, and he was just not that nice of a person. Obviously, his on-screen persona was slightly different. But even his on-screen persona, to me, was like a bit too cheesy, a bit too smiley, a bit too cliche. And I just wouldn't believe him as a reporter. Like, I wouldn't buy into what he was selling me, if that makes sense. So, if he was going in there all over the top, all this murders and what's this terror, and this room and this knife, I'm like, just calm it down a bit, dial it back, and just show us this creepy house. And like when they were saying that the viewers aren't loving it, it's not quick, that the pace is not good enough, which may have been intentional for the episode. I would think that the best way to get a good viewers, at least for me, my taste in horror, is a lot of slow, ominous shots of just the house and silence and creaking floors, and let us experience the house, the one that you want us to believe that's haunted. Let us experience that house and that emptiness rather than telling us how scared we should be and how creepy it should be. Let us see it. So maybe the start being quite slow on the TV channel was then reflected in the episode being quite slow as well, because the first half I was like, it was okay, but I was a bit like, okay, get to your point, move this along a little bit. Second half was much better as the creepy stuff started happening. But even then, I guess the episode for me was just slow on the most part. I didn't like it. A lot of the problem probably came from the fact that the main guy was, for me, really unlikable. And that's fine in like a villain character, which he sort of was. But following him as like through most of the episode, I wasn't that keen on. So the best part for me really was when the supernatural stuff started happening. That was cool. I liked it, although I was convinced it was going to be something that it wasn't. But then when the network executives or the producers or whoever had to make that decision on, okay, he's locked in a room, he's scared, he's screaming for help, but this is good TV, people are enjoying this. Do we leave him in and carry on and just see what happens, or do we take him out and shut this down? And they made the best decision for the channel, which was to leave him in. And it was great because you get to see that woman's face when you could tell that she did it out of like some sort of revenge because he's a horrible person. And even though she was sleeping with him, which is her choice, so I don't feel too sorry for her, sleeping with someone like him, you know, he still treated her pretty badly and was quite rude and derogatory towards her. So when she was like, leave him in, I was like, just come on, girl, do exactly what I would do. And even that other woman was smiling, like maybe she was sleeping with him as well, or maybe he's just rude to all women, because the man was a bit like, oh god, whereas the two women were both like, yeah. So I just get the idea that he's a chauvinist, he's rude, possibly sleeping with all these women. But it was good. It was a good little twist to see him die at the end. I liked that. I thought it was good. Good effects of him swinging on the outside the building. Some good little action shots. The ghosts themselves were fine. But yeah, slow episode. Quite a slow episode. Some good little ramp up of tension towards the end. I was expecting there to be more of a twist. I wish there wasn't more of a twist. Main character was unlikable, but I liked the choice to leave him in, let him die, and the implications that had of what he was like towards more women while they all sleeping with him was pretty cool. And I guess at the end of the day, it was just a very simple ghost story. I just expected a little bit more. You know, I hope that makes sense. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well. Take care of yourselves and staying safe. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the reaction. And also, if you enjoyed this episode, television terror, I've only got 2 more episodes left of season 2 of Tales from the Crypt. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of Tales from the Crypt. Bye, guys.